Hi there. Today we're going to learn about exponents of 1 and 0. This chart should look familiar to you. We did it in class, but we're going to take some time and just have a quick review of that. What I want to start with is 2 with an exponent of 5, which is something that you've seen before. So we know the base is 2 and the exponent is 5. So that means we're going to multiply 2 by itself 5 times, which gives us a standard form or a value of 32. Now, let's look at 2 exponent 4, which is 2 multiplied by itself 4 times. Gives us 16. Let's continue. 8. All right, so let's have a look at what's happening here. So every time we're multiplying by 1 less 2. And the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So essentially, to go from each step, we're dividing by 2 each time, which is really important because what happens when we get down to this last one? So I'll just point out here that when we get down to 2 exponent 1, our answer is simply 2 because 2 multiplied by nothing other than itself is simply 2. So we just have one of those there. Okay, let's have a look at what happens when we have 2 exponent 0. So essentially, we know that we're dividing each time. So that means we're going to divide here too. Okay, so that's going to give us 2. And we know that's exponent 1 divided by 2 exponent 1. Okay, which gives us 2. 1 minus 1 is going to give us 2 to the 0. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now let's apply this pattern to the next. We're going to divide by 2 again here. So we know that we have, from above here, we have 2 divided by 2. We're going to divide by 1 more 2. And we know that 2 divided by 2 is 1 and can also be written because we're subtracting, and that will give us a 2, negative 1, which has a value of 0.5. And our last one, we know we have 1 over 2 times 2, which gives us 1 over 2 squared, which is equal to 1/4, gives us a value of 0.25, again, simply dividing by 2. So the biggest takeaway from this lesson is exponent of 1 and exponent of 0. So we have 2 laws here. The first being that any exponent with an exponent of 1 is always that number. So for example, we could have 2 exponent 1, which will give us 2, or say we already know it's 3. We know that that is 3 with an exponent of 1. And the other rule that we have here is the 0 exponent law, and that just means that any number with an exponent of 0 will always be equal to 1. So you might remember smiley face, exponent 0 will be 1. So 2 important rules to take away from this lesson.